Welcome back, ARK players, to a brand new video. Now today we are back for the community crunch 450 for ARK, and again there has been some interesting decisions made. I'm gonna try my best to be positive about this community crunch because I am really excited for Lost Colony. Like, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I feel like I'm hoping it's gonna like enter us into a whole new world and things we've never seen before. It's just pretty pricey, but we're going to get through all the news. If you do enjoy, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Also, I have some Unreal Engine 5.5 information, and unfortunately I'm not sure it's going to be positive news, which again, what do you expect? You know, being an ARK player, I think we're pretty used to it by now. And if you do want to come to the if you're looking somewhere to play, you know, it might be to play on a cluster, because we have like all the maps, all the servers. Or if you're generally just looking to, like, you know, you might even be in a cluster at the moment and you might just want to come and join the Discord and make some new friends, or maybe potentially use our tribe finder to make, you know, anything like that. If you want to come to a friendly place, people will look after you. The link to the LoadedCrysis cluster is the Discord link down below. Come and join us. It's a lovely place to be, and I want to see your faces in there. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to get in with the video. Okay, so Community Crunch 450, Lost Colony pre-order, and ARK, the animated series part 2. Now, to be honest, I don't think, again, you know, Studio Wildcard have made some interesting decisions recently with timings. You know, there was the DDoSing going on not long ago, and then they did instead of doing like a crunch with something a little bit more, with a bit more information on the situation, they said they were releasing a cosmetic pack for $15 or $14.99, and that really did annoy a lot of people. And this time around, we're all really looking forward to Lost Colony, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's like, you know, the whole snail games thing that's been going on. And I guess, you know, this is Wildcard's thing, you know, the community crunch. So it doesn't really have anything to do with snail. But at the end of the day, they're probably locked in some sort of contract with snail. So I don't really see a way of them saying anything about it, because they've got, even though they might not, you know, I know Wildcard don't support what's going on, but obviously because they're in this kind of partnership together, I'm sure they can't say anything. Otherwise, I'm sure legal action could be taken. I don't even know. But anyway, so let's read through this right now. Okay, so welcome to another edition of the Community Crunch. This week, we revealed the first animated teaser for Lost Colony, the next canonical DLC coming to ARK Survival Ascended, offering a glimpse at Mei Yin's journey following the events of Extinction as she arrives at Arat Prime. We also shared a sneak preview of what's to come in the animated series part 2, arriving later in 2025, and there's a lot to look forward to. I haven't actually seen the animated series part 1 in ages, so I think what I'll do at some point, maybe next week, is I'm just going to chill out, take some time. Been actually smashing out the content recently. I'm just going to take one day. There's still gonna be content, but I'm just gonna like have an evening where I'm just gonna try and forget about things for a bit, and I'm gonna watch the animated series part 1 in the evening and just enjoy it. Well, hopefully. But anyway, you would have probably seen the Lost Colony teaser. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this before, but it kind of gives you an early understanding of what's going on. That there's going to be vampires in Lost Colony. There's like a new spear, as you can see, and also Mei Yin gets bitten by the vampire in Lost Colony, and this is the Lost Colony world, and so I'm guessing there's a chance that maybe you can get some vampire powers, because by the way, it's been talked about for years in the ARK world that you know, for a Fear Evolved event they were going to do like vampire powers and stuff. But anyway, Lost Colony is a full-sized canonical expansion pack featuring a new map, creatures, items and structures, and the continuation of the story of ARK. Lost Colony drops you into a massive occupied city packed with dangers as you become the hunted and gain access to powerful new kinds of character abilities, unique gear, building systems, and exotic tames. The epic new story of Lost Colony bridges the gap from Extinction to ARK Genesis and then into the world of ARK 2. Will survivors be able to face down the evil lurking in Arat Prime and connect ARK's past and future? ARK Lost Colony becomes available for pre-order June 2nd, 2025, and all purchases will immediately unlock exclusive Lost Colony preview gameplay content. With a full release in November 2025, ARK Lost Colony will be priced at $29.99 for the Xbox Series X, Series X, yeah, that's the right one, isn't it? PlayStation 5 and PC platform. So, right, I'm gonna, like, sort of talk about something. Now, I'm gonna be more positive than I normally am. And I know there's going to be people that disagree with me with this, because do I think that $29.99 is expensive? It is. And, you know, when I think about, you know, it's like, I reckon you could pick up, you know, the actual ARK game for $29.99, let alone an DLC. But what I'm trying to be more positive with this is, I want Studio Wildcard to make money. I'm sure it goes to snail. But, yeah, I mean, and if this is fully packed with a ridiculous amount of content, which I feel like it's going to, and it's going to give us so much new adventure, and then it will last us for months to come, I don't think I've really mind paying $29.99. Do I feel like it should be more like $19.99? Yes, and I do think the extra $10 is a bit too over the top. I completely get it if someone's put off from buying it, but I guess Studio Wildcard have said to us that they believe that this is going to be one of their if not their biggest project they've done yet. So as long as the content matches up to the price, then I don't mind. It just would be bad if we pay for this, you know, that used to be a season pass for ARK Survival Evolved. So if we're paying this for Lost Colony $30, and it's just like a standard map that we've had before, then that has to, you know, I would be having words. You know, I'd be like saying, Wildcard, you need to have, you know, give some people some refunds or something. But if it's full of content, it's a whole new world, it's something, it feels like a new game pretty much, then you know, it might be worth the price. Now, they have delayed the pre-orders as expected. They said the pre-orders were opening in April. And as always, it's now June 2nd, 2025. So, classic Studio Wildcard, always delaying things. But again, you'll be able to pre-order on that date. We've already sort of had a look at the animated series preview part 2. There's an asterisk art and screenshot competition. And then it's time to go into Unreal Engine 5.5. Okay, so live ops updates. Next week, we'll provide some updates to the aspects of the roadmap, including news on the Unreal Engine 5.5 upgrade. We appreciate your patience and look forward to sharing more then. It's delayed. I would be so shocked if it's not delayed. Next week, what's the date next week? It's the 22nd of Saturday, the 22nd today. And so next week, Friday, would be the 28th of March, which would be the final window. But they didn't even say, if it was coming in March, they would have said, you know, it's coming in March and it's going to come next week. They said news on the Unreal Engine 5.5 upgrade. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it has kind of annoyed me. It would have been nice, considering we're going through a lot of stress with what Snail are like. And, you know, I have way more respect for Wildcard than I have for Snail. I'm not saying Wildcard's perfect, because they're not at all. And they do need to improve on a lot of things. And again, you know, I've been repeating the same things over and over again for the last, like, 9 years that I've been making content on this game. But it's just so frustrating that everything gets delayed. Like, I've been so hyped for Unreal Engine 5.5. I know you guys have too. And the fact that, by the looks of things, it's going to be pushed into April is very worrying, considering Ragnarok is also meant to be coming out in April. And I know they gave us Asterius in February, and I think it's a fantastic map. But, you know, I think Ragnarok has been one of the most hyped maps for this game. I've seen a lot of people saying all they're doing is waiting for Ragnarok to come back so they can hop back into ARK. And, you know, I kind of feel the same. I mean, I'm loving Asterius. I think it's great. I know console's been having some troubles. It runs pretty good for me on PC, but I know console has had troubles with it. But, you know, I just hope this doesn't mean that they're just going to, like, push everything back by an extra month or something, because it's just getting frustrating. Of course, I want it to be perfect. I want Unreal Engine 5.5 to come and not have issues. But the problem is, we know even with the delay, like, we know that there's probably going to be something big that's going to happen on the day, and I think you have to prepare yourself. We've got things in place already for the LoadedCrysis cluster to prepare ourselves for the Unreal Engine 5.5 upgrade, because like I've said in other videos before, we're going from Unreal Engine 5 all the way straight jumping to 5.5, and when you're doing that for a game like ARK, it's slightly worrying. What will happen after that. So if you are playing on the day next week when we get the news on the Unreal Engine 5.5, whatever date it is, if you're playing on that day, I would be very careful the progress you make. And I'll have more news to share very soon, just because, you know, it's going to be such a massive update. And as I said, for anyone out there in the LoadedCrysis cluster, don't you worry, because we've got things in place. We always look out for you guys and make sure that you know, things are okay and things get saved. Anyway, so Expire servers are temporary servers across the network that will eventually be removed, and you can find them by searching Expire in the session filter. So, bonus rates on the official network this weekend until Monday, March 24th. It's ×2 on PvP and PvE, as always. It was ×3 for a while, and Wildcard said they did that because of the ongoing DDoS attack that's been going on. Here's the community corner. Oh, wow, that click-tock clock goes over. Do you know what? I've seen that click-tock clock on TikTok a lot, because I've obviously just started my... like, experience on TikTok. It's actually been going a couple of months now, but I've actually had so much fun on TikTok. I love making content on TikTok. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, type in LoadedCrysis TikTok and you'll find it straight away. It's been a lot of fun, and you know, YouTube is my main platform, and it always kind of will be, and that will never change, but I have had a lot of fun. Like, the content, you know, the different ways you can edit TikToks and stuff is really cool. And if you want to come and see your fast-paced news on TikTok, then be sure to follow me there. And then we got some drawings. We got a frog drawing here. I like it. Part 18 of drawing every dino dossier. You should sell this stuff. Like, you know, that's the one thing I actually believe in the art community. They don't do enough for, like, merch stuff, because I'm telling you, I'm going to be moving house at some point very soon, and when I get my new office, I just want to get some awesome, like, collectibles in there, and I really, you know, and I want, you know, it to be kind of our office in a way, because I'm going to be making content, and I want this office to look amazing, and when I show you guys around, I want, you know, all the ARK stuff. But I do have a little announcement. I am working on merch, and we are going to work in the future on some special collectors dino plushies. So if you want to get involved in that, then I'll let you guys know. I'm working with a great company, and I'm really looking forward to getting things moving. We're going to have cluster merch, and we're going to have LoadedCrysis merch. So you guys will be able to grab yourself some of that when it does go live. And it really supports me too. And the reason it's going to be taking a bit longer is I'm actually working with this company to ensure we have the best logos, the best everything. I want everything to be perfect. I don't want some cheap merch that I'm going to sell to you guys. I want professional, great people to work on it. So shout out to my merch team that I'm now working with. As you can see, we've got a tech stego called Thor. I like that tech stego. Chibi Griffin. Oh, give me the Griffin. This is just reminding me of Ragnarok. A survivor protecting a tame. That's actually frightening. And then some photo mode to end things off. Why did this looks like Lost Colony? This really looks like the beginning of Lost Colony or something. And then the King of the Clouds. Wait, what is that? My PC almost blew up. Is that the Kraken? Is there a mod for the Kraken on this game? What? That's insane. Frozen soap, sorry. If you're watching this video, comment down below, because I want you to tell me, is this a mod? And how did you make that? Did you build that boat? Like a broken boat? That's amazing. Really Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. The Game of Shadows. I like that as well. And yeah, so this is going to be people next week. Will be providing some news updates, some updates. And they said, oh, so when you said March, you meant news in March, not the actual update. Oh dear. That's going to be wait, new kinds of character abilities. Oh right, this is for the Lost Colony pre-order. Are these player abilities that people who pre-order will have in advance, or am I getting confused? They have to be careful about that, and there's a lot to look forward to. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try and keep a positive mind about Lost Colony. But again, there's a lot of stuff going on in the community that needs to be addressed, and we need Unreal Engine 5.5. That's more important than releasing a DLC. You know, we need this, and then once that's out and it sort of settles, then Ragnarok will be next. But anyway, again, I've made a lot of stuff on the snail game stuff, and I probably won't have another video on it unless when the next sort of developments happen with it, because GP, amazing ARK YouTuber, also found out the other day about how Aquatica was meant to actually be planned for ASA, and I reckon Wildcard didn't want that. I reckon it's like, there's no way. I would not want a Snail Games DLC anywhere near ASA. It would be awful. And do you know what? I don't want to cover... So I've said that I'm not going to do any content on Aquatica, and I'm not. But I kind of want to see how bad it actually is going to look. So I'm going to... The thing is, I don't want to buy it. I don't want to give them any money. Because, like, why would I want to support that? But I'm sure there'll be someone that will make it. But I don't want there to be content. But it's just interesting to know how absolutely terrible it is. Because then you know that you want Snail to stay far away from ASA. Because, I mean, I've seen that early trailer and that looked awful. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the support recently, and drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here. Come and join us in the LoadedCrysis Discord and let me know what you think about the price of Lost Colony and the pre-ordering stuff.